Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you from another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourself. I got no idea where I put my headphones in, as I'm not listening to any music right now. I think I was just in that stage, seeing live arena, thinking I was going to do a live arena video, when actually I'm not. I've already done my dailies for live arena. It is currently right now nearly 1 p.m. for me on Wednesday, 2nd June. And yeah, my daughter just turned 9 months yesterday, and just kind of crazy how fast it's been going lately. Anyway, hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourself. We're gonna do a faction war video for today, and I've got another video later dropping on one of the relics and how to use it and kind of why I'm using it in a certain way. And it's kind of going to be a juicy one, so go keep an eye out for that later. So yeah, let me go into this and we'll talk about faction wars. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna throw the keys from Ogre Tribes. I've got quite a few takeovers, etc. to do, so I really don't feel like I've got a lot of time to focus on this today because I've got to do Hydra and a Geared Lens. So probably won't be void out, but we did clear Sacred Order today. Again, I'm a bit busy today, so I didn't really put much effort into this, but we did 3-star stage 2 and 1. So there's another stage cleared and first time as well, so I'm pretty happy with it. Did actually craft some more relics. I got another mythical summon, so I got like 25 here and 75 here, so I kind of put them together. Or it was 50-50, and I did get myself another Hand of Creation, which is the third one on the account. Another day I got this one from the legendary summons from Faction Wars, which was kind of nice as well. Not too sure where I'm going to use this yet, but we'll see. Probably put it on a Faction War champion. One of the factions maybe we're struggling in to get the 3-star, maybe we'll move it around a little bit. Could be quite useful against a purple boss. We'll be testing out. So let me go into today's video. As you can see, I have got Sigford up here, so you will kind of see what champions are in it. We'll do a full breakdown, then I'll play the video on full auto. You guys can listen to the music so you can break it down yourselves as well, and then we'll go through all the builds. Pretty simple, and nothing to it. So let me get the video up and we'll go into it today. Alrightios, this is going to be the team. So yeah, this is the team that we're going to showcase. We got Cardiel coming in for the block buffs and cleanse, high resistance build I use for Chimera. Speedo in all battles, which is pretty nice. Then we have Lady Noelle coming in for the heals. She's coming in with the cleanse as well, which is quite cool. The revive and free, so she can do multiple roles. Again, fusion champion as well. I think like wasn't it Christmas or something like that. And then we have Venus coming in for like the defense down, and I guess it's kind of useful having the defense down a weekend. Then we have He-Man coming in as damage dealer, then Sigford coming in as a reviver support, and he does come in quite handy against the boss for that as well, which you'll see, and also a DPS champion as well. He's got Stormcaller, so he's bringing a bit of extra CC as well. So let me play into it. There isn't really much to kind of speak about when we talk about waves. The strategy is really just kind of nuke them fast as possible, get the cooldowns back, and then kind of do our stuff. So you'll see here we'll open up the ally attack on Eva. I actually forgot this guy was a reviver, but basically trying to get a ally attack into here. I was probably a bit half asleep honestly when I did this this morning, so it wasn't going to go too much to a plan. But we kind of made it work the way I wanted. I definitely could have hit this better if I'm being honest. I've had a couple of coffees now, so I'm much more awake. So we do the AoE here, try to get some damage out, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, she will do her shenanigans. Honestly, probably could have just one-shot this boss, but I didn't really think about it too much. So yeah, I was taking my time, maybe too much time, but it's one of the ones. I'm sure we'll get it next time as well. So there's no faction as well, farming, honestly, up to 31. Again, do take my time again here, half asleep, kind of think where I want to hit. So we played a revive on death, etc. Then we got a He-Man. It's going to play the A1. I was kind of thinking it was going to weak it, so I didn't really want to play it. Also didn't want to play the A3 because I wanted to work on my cooldowns, etc. We have got Merciless / Reflex on the Lady Noelle, which is quite useful. I might change it in future just to be like Merciless and Reflex, or Merciless and Relentless potentially, so I ain't gonna move gear around the account too much. So that's probably one thing we'll think about. Maybe I'll go a high resistance build as well. Maybe put a Hannah Creation there. Might be quite useful. Overall, pretty simple. Doing some work here. So we're working on this pretty nicely. Might actually bring Lady Noelle into arena at some point. We've got the Shadow King champion, so it kind of kicked in a caffeine by then. So I'll go ahead and wipe him from the team because he's quite brutal. Then we go after Jingwood, as he can also be quite brutal. So I don't want to mess around with him too much. So we're going to go ahead and one-shot him with the Sigford and deal the waves with like 1.6 million damage on one of the ads there. Then we are basically thinking it's started well, 28 turns. We're going to go against the boss. This is the ally attack champion. The ads hit really hard, especially on his right hand side. So I should have actually prioritized killing ads. I didn't, which was probably a bit of a mistake from me. And you can see here that we're taking quite a bit of damage, honestly, which I think that we could have done a bit better. So we do freezed ads, which is quite useful, but it is also wasting a revive. We get resisted on the defense down on the boss there, which is honestly a little bit annoying. We've got a couple of gemstones on Sigford right now to destroy max HP. That's really not needed. Honestly, it was just kind of throwing them on him, so he had something to put in there. And then I kind of figured I could use the A1 actually from Lady Noelle to stop him putting up the critical damage buff, which allows him to hit so hard. So you can see there, we get Sigford coming in, coming through. Can I beat this without Sigford? Yes, but more coffee in the system will be needed for sure for it. So you can see there, ally attack coming in, pretty useful. Probably not the best builds, honestly, but I kind of already used the preset builds, which kind of got the job done. Oh god, and you can still see I might need some more coffee. So you can see here, we did lose a couple of the things. I was thinking about resetting it, but I thought, you know what, it's if we could get the revive off and back into it. So that's one thing I was going to take into consideration. So I go ahead to get a block buffs up, the revive on death, and I was kind of thinking, you know what, we'll let Cardio die, and yeah, like Sigford will revive everyone back. You see Stormcaller is going to do some work soon, so I guess using Stormcaller a bit more would be useful. Would like to pull on my Marius, honestly, but Stormcaller will be an absolute nightmare for me versus the Viper form, and I'll lose more damage as well from moving a cat gaze, because I don't feel like the Stormcaller is going to do too much damage, to be honest, against that. So you can see here, we do proc the passive, we do flip here, and then we were just able to get a little bit, no, we got a little bit unlucky. Sorry, I thought we was going to get a little bit lucky. We did get feared on the boss there. I just played A1 just to get some heals. I guess I shall play the block boss potentially. Don't know what's going on there, but you know, let's go. There's the Stormcaller kicking in. Then I'll play the block buffs here. I think this is when I kind of saved my run, honestly, from this ability here. Kind of looking for the survivability. So Stormcaller definitely coming in, giving me a little bit of advantage on these ads here, which is quite useful to see. On the 5th stack, obviously, we'll proc the Stormcaller, which is quite good. So you can see there, get stood in the ads again twice there. And then this is when I was able to come back into it. So basically, Sigford carrying my little pretty ass on the boss here. I did everything right against the waves, which I think is actually harder, but I kind of just screwed up here. And the blue boss is annoying. and the ads just hit really hard. I should have just wiped out the ads, but I need to be more tanky as well. And probably use Lady Noelle better. Could also bring in Venus for Cupidus and then have that potential option of stripping the critical rate and critical damage off. Because ads not too crazy once they lose the critical rate, critical damage. So you can see here, I think about switching forms, but then I played a heal, which is quite useful. We do get the 3 stars here, so there's a bit of a spoiler. And then we will just generally work with everything here. Oh god. That shows you I need another coffee. I will go sort out another coffee here. I got protection as well to try and increase damage for my damage dealers. And I'm trying to use 2 damage dealers if possible. To speed up the chances again the 3 star, right? So if we can double dip, and in this faction I'm able to double dip because I've got a cleanser, block buffs. I've got the increased speed, but also she brings the revive. She also brings a cleanse. She also brings the freeze. So she's bringing a CC. I've got champions in this faction that are covering multiple areas. So we have revive on death. I have 2 revive champions, including Sigford, as well as damage dealer. You can kind of see where this would go. You can see here I'm starting to focus on the ads to try and take down the ads, especially one that's hitting really hard on that side. The boss can revive ads, so that's one thing as well you need to take in consideration. And then you'll just see here we do get the job done. It was a little bit close, but we saved it, and overall, yeah, got the job done. So pretty happy. I'm not moving too much gear as well. Like I'm using pretty much arena builds for this, so my speeds are not really great or lined up well, if I'm being honest. So it's one of them ones really. Alright, okay, so you'll see here we'll get this boss wiped up. He-Man will finish this boss off, which is pretty nice. I really do like He-Man. I think it was a great addition. 2,000 points there, and another great literally HP glyph, I guess. Anyway, there is a multiple champions which we'll talk about shortly, because we'll talk about some replacements today in today's video. I didn't do that yesterday in Undead, so I think we could do a better job there. So yeah, we'll talk about that, but also like you can see that we was able to beat this boss pretty simply. I will be working on better teams that are a bit more free to play as well in the future, to be a bit more accessible for you guys as well, which will be quite useful. But another 3 stars for Mr. Grim. Let me go ahead and play the builds out. We'll play this run out now for full run, and then we'll come back and talk about some champions potentially that could do some replacement, and then we'll show you the builds. Alright then, so if you guys want to skip this bit, that's fine. If you want to go see the builds, there is timestamps down below. Let's talk about a couple of options that will be quite useful. I think Lady Noelle definitely should be your teams. I know that this champion was a guaranteed. I think he can have to do a job. He was guaranteed back in the day. He can do some work for support. I know she was a guaranteed back in the day as well, so the area freeze and block buffs can be quite useful weakness as well. Stats could be quite useful. Obviously, he was recently given away for free, so he's got a quite of an interesting kit with a bit of utility overall. So if you need a revive, that's definitely better option. I think Lady Noelle definitely covers that area, so I don't feel like he's necessary for this, but he definitely helps. Marta Cubidus will be great as well. Cernic will be useful if you had Lady Noelle. Increased defense and unkillable etc. will be working quite well, especially as a backup if you're losing a lot of health. Then obviously this dude as well is going to bring some heals, and I know he was a fusion back in the day as well. And then there's a lot of good options. We've got there's a lot of good options down here. We've got more could drop 10 meter, increase 10 meter. Then we have Mr. Nub Raids as well. It could be a great DPS option, especially if you're missing the He-Man. Definitely, I know a lot of you guys will be missing Sigford, so Fenix could have a lot of potential there. Deacon as well, defense down, 10 meter drop, Leech as well for survivability. Then we have more options down here as well. So we have Samuel coming in. It could be as a DPS. You can also use him for CC for waves as well. He could pretty much one-shot pretty easily. If you get a couple of buffs on him, it'll ignore a lot of defense. Got Seeker Nori as well. She's going to offer a lot of utility as well, especially against the critical rate and critical damage buff. She can do a increased duration on that and increase the buffs on you as well. Then we also have a revive / reset as well, which is quite useful. She has a full revive. I know a lot of people still use her in arena. I still use her in arena a little bit as well. So she's got some utility here as well. And then she has poisons on E1. So a little bit of accuracy there might not hurt as well. So there's definitely a lot of good champions here. There's probably some champions that are not covered, which are not so blatant, but there's definitely still good options there as well. So let's go ahead, check out all the builds for today's video. And yeah, anyway, the stats are pretty insane if I'm being honest, but to be honest, like when you're doing this type of content at this level, you're going to be needing to use insane stats. So that's one thing that we'll take into consideration. So let me go ahead. So that's not Night Revs. That was a misclick. Then I wanted to show you all the builds. So we've got Sacred Order here. So let's start with Sigford then. Sigford is an arena build. He is arena nuker for me. He's definitely generally for go seconds and a support option. These are the stats that we have behind my big head. So you can see here, speed coming in 305. We've got strong attack with 7,800, 350 critical damage, and then everything else really not needed. The ignore defense quite important. You can go stone skin, but Mercer's build would be the beneficial for Sigford if you have him. Then for Relic, you could just use Cat Gaze or Submissive. They're probably the best two common ones. I'm using Stormcaller because, again, I can't put this on Marius, so it's quite useful for him as well, getting the critical damage and attack and freeing up a Cat Gaze. Then we have Lightning Cage for Arena. Again, there's other options for non-Arena. Don't worry, you wouldn't use him for Arena, but, you know, can't judge anyone, right? So these are the masteries that we're using for Arena as well. They definitely should be changed up actually. Mastery is a little bit outdated. Then we have a Relentless Venus, which is quite useful. We want him to be faster than the damage dealers. I built up a little bit of a damage behind my head, but mainly the main things to focus on is 475 accuracy, so I need a bit more accuracy on my build. Damage is a bonus, and then you could just go focus on speed, accuracy, and then survivability, to be honest. I do need a bolster set on one of the waves, so I would probably suggest bringing in a bolster set, honestly, which I did not do. So that's one thing that you could kind of criticize from my run. And then we have Lady Noelle, which still has no masteries, which is odd because I thought I farmed them. Then she still has no relic, but the build is looking pretty simple. Again, more HP would be desirable, and obviously more defense as well. But accuracy coming in at 475, and then speed coming in at 317, which is quite useful overall. But again, she does need more survivability for sure, so that'd be something I have to prioritize. Then we have Cardiel, so you can see that we use this relic for generally actually for faction war, no, sorry, for Chimera, but I can actually take this off in the future because I have enough resistance on him for now for Chimera. Then these are the stats that we got, so you can see here 625. You only need about 500 resistance, honestly, and to be honest, maybe you don't even need any resistance as well. I'd focus on good speed, good HP, good defense. Generally, because it was in this build yesterday that when I ran my Chimera key, which you'll see a bit later on. And then we have Phantom Touch because I use him in multiple areas, which is going to be for Fire Knight. And then these are the masteries as well, which again are Chimera masteries overall with the Unshakable ability. And then I guess that is about, oh, and He-Man as well. So He-Man is actually built for Arena. I don't use him in Arena that much these days, but he's definitely a great DPS option for me to still have available. Life Harvest for me would be the blessing to go, my choice. But again, that's Arena blessing. Then for the relic, it's had to reserve. It's only one I have on my account. I'm gonna upgrade them in the future. I was talking to Bio Hack the other day, and he kind of mentioned to put the necrosis on. So I do have a spare necrosis from my college when Death Dealer goes on to him. I also have a spare one here as well, so update that. I will probably put Hatter Reserve somewhere else on my account because I want to keep one relic of each. These are the stats again for the build. Good critical damage, good speed, good attack, good HP. He-Man's got good survivability because a lot of people build high HP on him. So these stats are definitely not bad. They could be better, let's be honest. However, I build them quite fast for Live Arena overall. So they're pretty useful stats there. I guess that is everyone I mentioned in the video. Let me know down in the comments who you guys are using for Sacred Order, and have you cleared a Sacred Order faction yet, which would be kind of useful. And I definitely will be working on some free-to-play guides for this faction. I feel like it's achievable with some epics in there, but for now I'm still enjoying some rest time, so that's what I'll carry on doing overall. Anyway guys, hopefully that's it for today's video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you next one. Take care. Peace.